Hey everyone, it's Edmund here. We're going to be talking today about skills. Now, skills are a very, very important new concept in business. A lot of people would say, well, it's a new concept in AI. I'm going to take it a step further. It is going to be the defining way that we actually work and operate in our businesses. And I think it's really, really important for us to go for it. That's why I put this together. We're going to have this meeting today as well as on Friday. I really do want to get your feedback and comments, but my goal here is for you to immediately take this and put it to use for yourself in your business. It's that important. Right now, skills reside on the Claude platform. That's Claude by Anthropic. It's a direct competitor of ChatGPT. But here's the news. It is becoming the standard. It is becoming the standard where people are going to be using this not only with Claude, but with ChatGPT. And my prediction, again, today is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. My prediction is this is going to be throughout all the various AIs. So with that said, let's get this party started. I'm going to invite all the folks into the meeting right now. Welcome, good people. You are all joining us now. We got Paul Zweben. We got lady. We've got Hedeka in New York as well. All these otter pilots are here. We've got, what else we got here? We got Renat, we got Dirk in Denver. We're getting all sorts of great people here. This is going to be good, good stuff. And as I was saying, we're going to be talking about Claude Skills in just a minute. Um, Not that many of you are on screen here, but are some of you maybe familiar a little bit with Claude Skills? With skills? Kind of, sort of? Maybe? Come see, come saw? Okay, good. So we're going to actually learn something today. I think it's really, really important. I'm going to start this out. I'm one of the guys, I never really loved my vegetables. Sorry, Paul. He's a chef. I'm sure he, has a great vegetable side with something. I love dessert. And I think you do too. And I think I'm going to show you the power of this first and then show you um, how to actually build it so you could actually see what I mean. Claude skills are a repeatable prompt or a set of instructions that gets embedded within AI. Don't let these words scare you. Don't get confused by it. Just go with it for a second, okay? And hear me out because this is the new standard of working. If you have, uh, a desire to automate anything, whether it be marketing or whether it would be creating a CMA, comparative market analysis for someone. Perhaps you're having trouble with your taxes. Perhaps there's all sorts of stuff that you might need to get done. Skills are something that could actually work. Let me give you a quick demonstration of how it actually works here, and we'll get right into it. First of all, I've said to all of you that you should have at least one subscription to AI. It's 20 bucks a month. Don't be cheap. We spend a lot of money in our marketing. Personally, I believe Claude is the standard. Again, time will tell. Once upon a time, there was Betamax and VHS, VHS 1. Okay, that's where we're at with AI right now. Greg is smiling at that because I think he still has a Betamax. But let me pull this up here and we can get going with what skills are. Okay, so I've created skills. I've created many, many different skills. If you're looking at our workbook, which I hope you do, that was created by a skill. I also created, I love public speaking. I love getting speaking opportunities. And there's certain things that I do that are repeatable. What do I mean by that? Well, my background and the things that I actually talk about on a consistent basis stays fairly consistent. Claude, ChatGPT, it learned everything it was going to learn about me. So let's go with that for a second. I want speaking opportunities. That's the first thing we're going to see. I want to get whatever speaking opportunities I can. It's a great thing. It grows out my mastermind. Claude and ChatGPT know everything that really knows that they need to know about me and my business life. So I'm going to say exactly that to this. In fact, I'm going to speak into it with something called whisper flow here. Give me a moment. I love getting speaking opportunities, and I really would love to have for you to go out onto the net and take a look at calls for speakers based on what you know about me. Try and find the best opportunities and return them to me now. Okay, that was another thing called Whisper Flow. It's a great AI that deals with dictation, which I will show you at some point. We could go over that after this. And right now, this guy's going out and taking a look for speaking opportunities. Note the time, guys. It's 9:05, and here's what it's found because we're going to take a look at this. Okay, NAR 2026 call for proposals, New Orleans 12,000. That's all I really need. So let me just take this little thing that it came up with. Again, we're just giving a demo. I'm actually going to stop it here and I'm going to put that right in. Can you expand on this? And I gave it, it knows what this is because it was actually studying it. It's going to go back out. It's pulling more of the details. It even has, if you look over here, apply for the speaking opportunity right there. Good. Um, and call for proposals is currently closed, but with questions directed to NAR conference. Okay, so it still has this thing. That's fine. You know what they require. They tell you exactly what they're requiring here. Here's the evaluation criteria. They're giving me everything I need to know. Guys, I'm deliberately going through this very quickly. 906. Okay, recommended titles, Beyond GPT, blah, blah, blah. Here's the draft. It's coming up with some ideas for me here. We're going to let that continue. Okay, if you guys, Lynn, I could hear your background if you don't mind muting. Thanks. Okay. So great. So it came up with all this. Now I'm going to go into this here and I'm going to say they came up with what I need to do. I'm going to say using the Claude skill that I made to get speaking opportunities, please write a proposal to speak here. Okay, so there. Now, Claude is going to go back out and look up the required skills. It's reading the Edmund Bogen brand skill for visual standards. And it's looking at, now it's reading the rest for speaking. Okay, so it's actually going through this whole thing. Now let me read the PDF and doc skills. So it's got various skills that give it actual instructions on how to do this and says, now I have everything I need. Let me build the branded proposal PDF. 907. Okay. Again, just to show you when it's been a bit of a cliche where people have said to you, you're going to 10x your work productivity. This is not a cliche. This is actually real. It took a long time for me to make the skill. It took me several hours, but who cares? Now every time I want to go out and create anything for myself, whether it would be a CMA, whether it would be a visual analysis of an investment property, which I did the other day. I'll show you that in a moment. Whether it is your workbook, take a look at the workbook that you have for this meeting. That was made with the Claude skill. I always say this in every meeting, not an excuse not to read. Okay? It's not an excuse not to look through. AI makes mistakes. People do get very lazy. There's been cases where lawyers have given casework over to AI, and quite frankly, it fucked it up. I don't want that to happen to you. So, 908, we're still going through this. It's still creating the branded NAR NXT 2026 proposal. And this is going through. While that's baking over here, Paul's seen many cooking channels before. We're going to go through and we're going to actually show you how to create a Claude skill. It's not that tough. And I'll tell you how it could work in other AIs as well. Um, Let me throw this out to all of you. If you saw what I was trying to do here, if you wanted to create a particular skill, a particular, if you, what are some of the things that you do that you would like to create some type of repeatable report skill? Paul.
So the name of my AI, it's a her,
Mhm.
and her name is Sue, not S-U-E, but S-O-U-S, meaning second, like second in
Second
command.
chef. Yep.
And basically, she said, "I make you look better." And I've fed to the AI, my background in cooking, and there's a lot of times where I'm just like, whether I'm doing a presentation, not a presentation, but if I'm doing something like a property video or doing a cooking demo, I try to have her integrate the two careers together.
Okay.
And it's like seamless. Like it's unreal how perfect it is. So and it's just getting to know me more and more.
Okay. And is there any type of proposal maker or is there any skill that we could build for you right now based on this? It's a freebie, Paul. I'll do it for you right now.
How to make a souffle. I'm
Okay. Well,
kidding.
that,
Uh,
yeah.
I feel like we said that before, like 2 years ago. But
What,
anyway,
how
um,
to make a souffle 2 years ago?
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, no, I mean I like the thing about the public speaking. I think it's incredible.
Okay. Good, thank you. But I do want to show how to actually create a skill because that's what is on a lot of folks' mind. So, Dirk, Jonathan, Greg, any particular kind of skill, if anybody has their MLS data handy of exactly, oh, Greg, go ahead. Greg's always enthusiastic.
No, I've actually got two. One is the creation of a newsletter, which you've already done and demoed before. Um, I'm struggling with the finished product component of that, but I also do for my clients, it's not really a CMA, it's what I refer to as an equity review.
Okay.
And it does use MLS data along with NAR data and other sources.
Okay. That's, do me a favor. If you could look up some of that NAR data, I'm not going to give up on Paul just yet. If you take a moment, look up some of that NAR data or some of the MLS if you want. Paul, this is something that I'm going to do right now, which I think, let's first of all go back to this guy. Up, wait a minute. It's now 9:11 and it finished the proposal and here we go. So just in case you guys want to see. So this was basically 7 minutes. Speaking proposal prepared for NAR NXT 2026, November 6th through 8th, New Orleans, submitted by Edmund Bogen, the Edmund Bogen team at Douglas Elliman, all this great stuff. And we could see a well-formatted, it explains what the whole thing is, what makes this different. Yeah, actually, again, it gives my bio and all the information of what I am all about. I'm going to make this available to all of you. I'm not too nuts about this being on this line. You see how that's not formatted so well? So that's something I'm going to have to go back and fix. I also don't like this how it's hanging over here. Once again, like I said, it's no excuse not to read. You could go back and fix these things very easily, but for goodness sakes, please read it. And you can see, other than that, when I'm done with this, I will make this available on the website for you guys to download and take a look. What happened here? I still
Edmund, did you load your resume at one point, or
Of
did?
course, that's what I'm trying
Oh,
to do. When I said to you
okay.
what we could do, and let me show you what I want to do for you now, Paul. I'm going to say, please look up my friend Paul Zweben. He is a realtor and an accomplished
Drug dealer.
chef. I'm just putting this in. Um, Please return to me his bio and some of his successes as a chef. Based on this, I'm going to give you further instruction on how to create a skill all about Paul.
I think it stopped. Oh no, there it did.
No, no, no,
Okay.
no. I'll explain what that is. This is a program called Whisper Flow. It takes away the uhs and oohs, and if you say, "Oh, scratch that," and then go back. You know how when you're dictating, it usually screws the whole thing up.
Hmm.
So here's your bio, and again, I'm not just for the purpose of speed. I'm not going to review all of it right here,
Holy shit!
but yeah, okay. It pulled up all this information about you,
Wow.
and that's great. We're gonna get this. Okay, terrific. Um, I would like to make a skill for Paul. I want to come up with a social media post for him, a daily social media post based on some of the latest trends in New York City restaurants. I want you to be able to look up those restaurants and then make it a tip a day from Paul on what restaurants you might want to go to. That's what the skill is ultimately going to do. And I'm going to give specific direction every single day for you to do just that. Basically, create the skill that allows you to make these, to make reference to restaurants. The colors should be, hold on, Paul, what are some of your favorite colors?
Pink, purple, navy blue.
Okay. The colors of the skill should be pink, purple, and navy blue. It should be a very clear font. I'm going to give to you a photograph of Paul that I'm going to generate from somewhere else. It's going to be a somewhat whimsical but photorealistic cartoon of Paul, and that's going to be inputted into the ultimate social media post. I want it done in carousel style for Instagram. Okay. Once you make this, please make sure that it's created as a zip file so that I could load it into Claude for reading and usage. Okay, so now let's make sure that he's working here. Claude actually reads this. It's got, you see this, it says the skill creator. It's got a skill to create skills. So it's looking up how to actually create the skill. And then it's going to go out and take information about Paul and hopefully create what I want. We already gave colors, which again, if Paul wants to change, we could do that. Now it has everything I need. Let's build the skill. Great. While that's baking over here, let's go over here and go to a simple Google search and look up Paul Zweben. And there we go, handsome fellow. And you know, I'm so sick of this shot. I'm going to use this one. I see Paul all the time in that.
Okay.
Let me just see. No, these are just not very high res stuff we got here. Okay, maybe that's the reason it keeps coming out there because it's so high res. Ah, here, this will do it. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it over here, and I'm going to go now to ChatGPT. Don't get overwhelmed by this, guys. You could go back to this video over and over again to watch it. But what I like to do is create a image. ChatGPT is now creating fabulous images here. So what's going on here? I'm not logged in. That's my problem, among other things. Uh, 1 second, guys. It's never fast enough when you want it. Okay, so we're going to create an image. I'm going to put Paul into it. I'm going to say, using this image, create a photorealistic cartoon. This is uh, a chef. You got to have him dressed as a chef, the guy in this picture. He's good looking, about 55 years old, very masculine and tough. He's going to be standing with his arms crossed in total confidence with a lot of craziness in various kitchens going on behind him in the New York City restaurant world. Again, I just threw this together. Terrific. So now it's going to create this. Let's see how this skill is going along here. And it's still working on it. That's good because we're not ready yet. So what we're doing here, let me look at all of you for a second. So what we're doing here is we're actually building this process for him. I'm getting the visual image. That's important. We're taking anything that I found online, I put it into ChatGPT, I'm making it into something that I think is important. He might not, that's fine, we could change it. We are having the AI go out onto the internet, look up information about Paul to have context about who he is. Now, what he's going to be able to do with the skill as directed is create like Paul's restaurant tip in New York. So he might be able to go to the skill now and say, Canistell's just opened a new location in Lower Manhattan. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what does Canistell's still open, Paul?
Negative.
Negative. Okay, so I'm dating myself a bit. They're having a reboot. I don't know what it is, but it's one of my favorite places. It's fantastic. So it's going to be Paul's tip, and it's going to be in a carousel style. Hopefully, again, we will see how this does. And here we go. Look at him. Wow.
Oh my
It-
God.
Look at this guy. He's fire, man. I
Fire.
think that's pretty cool. What do you think, Paul?
Amazing.
Amazing. You're pretty badass. I want to eat in your restaurant. Okay, so I'm going to take this guy here, and I'm just going to cut and paste it very simply. Where do you go? Now,
And that's on ChatGPT, right?
yep, you all have it, whether you pay for it or
Okay.
not. Paul Zweben, badass. Okay, so great. So now we have the Paul Zweben badass image right there. Let's go back here. What we have, so it's actually gone ahead and created some of these. It actually made one for us so far. They didn't do a very good job. We've got to fix this here. Um, okay. You actually created a post. That's not what I really wanted you to do. I wanted you to create the skill. Did you create the skill? Should I just upload Paul's Zweben daily tip zip to my skill folder? Please advise. So let's take a look at what happens here. Yes, I created the skill. The skill contains this, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to download Paul's zip. Okay. And now I'm going to go. Guys, don't get psyched out by this. A lot of you are getting psyched out. You're saying, oh my God, I'm never going to do it. It's just a step by step. We're just going to follow our nose through this. Once you learn, it's not that bad, I assure you. I went into the capabilities section. Let me show it to you of Claude. And I'm going down here into something called skills. And over here it says add. So I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to add the Paul Zweben daily tip. Great. Where are we? Okay. So great. Now we got Paul Zweben's daily tip. I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to say, Paul, can you name a new restaurant in New York?
Um, Pig, Pig, and A-N-D, Khao on the Upper
Okay.
West Side.
Okay. There's a restaurant in New York called Pig and Khao.
No, no, Khao.
Sorry, Pig and Co. on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. This is going to be, please use the Paul Zweben um, uh, skill that I just built to create a Instagram carousel post about this restaurant. Go get various tips and perhaps some reviews that you could put up there. And this is going to be something that Paul is recommending. Use this cartoon as you see fit in the post. Thank you. And as I always do say thank you, because I'm worried that the AI is going to take over someday and it will remember that I'm nice and some of you not. I'll start using the Paul Sweven skill. It's researching pig. Now note the time, 9:23. It's reading the daily tip skill. Research the pig and cow. What does KHAO mean, Paul? Do you know?
Um, Khao in Thai is rice. I know it's a Philippine restaurant, but I think it's the same thing. I think it means rice in Philippines as well, or they're just riffing off of Thailand.
Got it. Okay. So it's building this here. Once again, this was done very quickly. This is not the way I want you to necessarily work, but I think you can. I think you're going to be able to see just how quickly you can crank this stuff out. While that's baking, again, I feel like Chef Tell here, always running around the kitchen. While that's baking, some of you may, Paul remembers Chef Tell, right?
I remember the Galloping Gourmet. Yes.
Okay, fine. I'll be the galloping gourmet. That might even be better. Let me show you what I did yesterday for a pretty big deal. Um, Where are we? Okay, here we go. So using one of my skills here, I created, where is this guy? Hold on. Okay. So I created a client presentation where they want to buy, of course, maybe that's it. They want to buy a very expensive home. And I'm going to publish this artifact so I could actually send this as a web page, which I did. And you could take a look at it here. Okay. So the Edmund Bogen team, this is my brand. Obviously, I like these colors. I like these fonts. You don't have to, but it's a pretty big deal, $17 million. Dollars. I hope that we're able to get this done. I've got the comparables in here, which I put in through the MLS. I put in the market context of what non-waterfront and waterfront average prices are. I put the builder analytics. This is what we think they might have spent on the home. There's a little math problem on this one. I fixed it, but this is the older one that I'm showing here of what they probably spent. Then we put up some actual pricing about what comparable stuff pricing would actually be. And we reviewed it and gave it to the client. And guess what? The client was blown away because this is not your typical CMA. This was really taking a critical look at the property. Let me just see. And what's actually in the market right now. And it really did give them some great insights into the value. And yes, indeed, the property is very expensive. Is it too expensive? Well, maybe. I don't know. When you get above 12, 13 million, what's an extra couple million? I don't know. But this was and continues to be instrumental in my communication to clients. But Ed, where could I get these skills? Maybe I don't want to create it. Good question. Glad you asked. I have right here on my website, which by the way was also created with a skill. You go to Bogen.ai. I encourage all of you to do that. And you'll see a little thing right here called skills. And you can browse all skills. So what skill do I have? A Facebook group processor. I literally just created this. It's free. If you want to create a skill that you could actually sell, we could build a marketplace for it. And if Paul, you come up with a great skill, you could submit your skill here and we will have it to share among everyone in the group. Doesn't that sound nice?
Very cool.
Okay, that might not be much, but that's what I got, guys. Okay, I mean, I hope we're somewhat happy here. Okay, I'm trying. Let's take a look.
Hey,
Now, listen.
Edmund,
Yes, sir. Who is this?
Hassan.
Hey, Hassan.
Hey, just a quick question because this is something I'm working on currently. So I'm putting together a pre-listing presentation.
Okay.
Is that, and I'm just trying to figure out if, so I'm doing something in Canva. I'm just wondering if I could do that in Claude, and would there then be a need to integrate with Canva just for the aesthetics, or can all of that be done in Claude?
The,
Or
the answer is yes and yes. The answer is you can do it in Canva and you can do it in Claude. You could do both. I mean, in other words, there's many ways of integrating. Hassan, we probably ought to meet one-on-one on Zoom at some point. I'd love to catch up
yeah,
with you about that.
sure.
You asked a really great question, and it's a longer answer, unfortunately. But yes, you could do both.
Okay. All right.
This is
We'll set
now
something up.
9:28. This is Paul's pick of the day. There's Paul. He's got the craziness going on in the background, Southeast Asian. Paul, is that the right address?
Is it Amsterdam Avenue?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And listen, when a fellow CIA grad like Chef Leah Cohen brings 13 years of Lower East Side magic uptown, you pay attention. This woman trained at 11 Madison Park, competed on Top Chef, and spent a year cooking her way through Southeast Asia. The result, dishes that hit you with authentic Filipino and Thai soul, but
Yep.
with a finesse that only comes from serious classical training. I walked in and immediately felt the energy, 90s hip hop neon glow, and aromas that took me straight to the streets of Milan and Bangkok. This is real. Was that really your quote, Paul, or did they make that up?
I don't think, I mean, I've written about them, but I didn't, does it say Milan?
No, I probably read it wrong.
Okay.
I'm great
Manila,
at AI.
Manila, Manila.
Manila,
Oh,
sorry,
Manila.
Manila,
Yeah. Okay.
Manila.
No, but I mean, it's spot on.
So this is a carousel.
Wow.
Yeah, fun night out, family fun, and then it gives this last little thing. Now, Paul, I hope this was worth the cost of admission for you today, because
Yes, I just need to check my chocolate soufflés and see if they're ready.
another 15 minutes. They ordered too late. You know, there was a reason the waiter asked them right from the beginning if you want a souffle, okay?
A soufflé
But
takes exactly 18 minutes. Exactly.
okay, I'll put that in the useless piece of information portion of my mind, and I'll come over to your house whenever I want one.
Okay.
But Paul, now could you use something like that in
Yeah.
your
No,
social media?
it's incredible.
Okay. Okay. What do you have, all of you have in your world that can be unique? All of you have something. Paul's the most obvious because all of us eat and all of us love going out and all of us love. So Paul, he's easy for me to pick on, but
Yes.
all of you have a superpower. All of you. And if, I'm just telling you
Another
what Paul
orange.
just described. And now, am I crazy about the purple? No, it reminds me of Barney. But Paul likes it. And guess what? I'm wrong a lot. I'm wrong a lot. There's a lot of people that might look at that and say they absolutely love it. It's absolutely fabulous. If Paul put something out like that every single day, people would engage. It's just something that does it. And all of you have the power of doing this. Guess what? This is the new standard. You've been using AI. I said this in every meeting the way you use Google, and you shouldn't. You need to start using it strategically to become your strategic partner in all of this. This meeting's been going on for less than a half hour. And in that time, I created a skill, I created a post, I created a proposal. I mean, just think about it. We're just really cranking this stuff out. So I hope, we'll take questions now, but I hope that that was helpful to all of you. I hope you go back to the website. By the way, I'll show you here as well. Where is, okay, aside from my AI skills, and there are certain things that we're fixing on this website. As you find bugs, please do tell me. But we've got here, like for example, I don't know why this has popped up with a broken tab, but you'll see all my past archives. Pretty soon, Aton and I will be making this password protected, as you guys are subscribed here. But right now, it is open for everyone to use and read, and you could see all these great past meetings that we've had, which is kind of fun, right? We're
Edmund,
not
is
trying.
the thing that you made for the Malaysian restaurant, is that shareable to me? Can you send that to me?
I could, and I will.
Okay.
I
Thank you.
will. I will make a point of doing that. And Paul, if you and I could get together on not when you're on an iPhone, but I could show you how to load it up.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
this video will be put into this section. It's called the video section right here.
Uh-huh.
Pretty soon. We also have areas where people could join the mastermind. Um, one other thing that we've got is various services that we're now putting through. Let me just tools that I've built with both AI and skills, an investment property analyzer. How about the luxury marketing calculator? So all of you have seen these things. You're going to sell a property for $376,000, and um, you're going to where is this? It's a 15. Let's make it a 30-year. Oh, sorry, 30-year loan. And oops. Huh. Okay. Well, that broke right there. Again, not always perfect. We got to actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this because this is definitely not having an issue. My bad. We'll go on with the next thing. We got a focus timer. I use this every single day. So I always say use the Pomodoro technique. I set up a focus timer to actually count down 25 minutes. And while I'm working, this suddenly rings and says, please write what you've accomplished in that time and send it off to Ed, which I hope you do. I've got a chat bot that I actually created. So you could actually type in and start talking about this. This actually ends up costing a little bit of money because we have to put it into an AI. So you could ask all kinds of questions about this mastermind. and other stuff. Life in America. This is a complex thing that was built. It took me about an hour and a half, but it talks about are we better off now as a country individually than we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 25 years ago, 100 years ago. And it took about 20 different data points, including financial, spiritual, health wise. Everyone always says the good old days. 100 years ago, you died at 56. Okay, just let's know that people were piss poor, everyone died, and life sucked. Okay, I mean that was kind of what happened 50 years ago. Rampant racism, violent crime, all kinds of issues were actually going on. But Ed, it was cheaper. Yeah, maybe so, but there was nothing to buy. I mean, it was not the. So you could really take a look at that as an analytical tool. Feel free to disagree with it. I'm not afraid of disagreement, but I've got these various tools up there. I put this out for one reason. If you could envision it and it will help your business, this is something that you can and really should jump on. And I haven't looked at any of the comments right now. Let's just see. Please feel free to ask questions. If you have, Renat said good morning. Paul Zweben, I can't hear you. I hope you can hear me now, Hedika. She's smiling. Uh, Let me see. Similar question. Does Chat or Gemini also have a skill creation capabilities? Good question, Jonathan. ChatGPT, my prediction is you're going to see it by early next quarter. I know that they're going to be adding it. This is the standard. I'll stake money on that. This is going to be the new way that people are going to be adopting this. And if you guys do this now, you'll be among the only realtors in the country doing it. I mean it. You'll be among the only people that are really embracing this right now. What you could do with it, how far you could go, not sure. And I'm giving this to you guys. I mean, if you could go make $1 billion with some, that's great. Knock yourselves out. I'd love for you to do it. But this is the new standard. Greg, go ahead.
All I'm going to say is, but do it now because everybody else is catching on.
Yeah,
They're still behind, but because I'm listening to Edmund pretty regularly now, I think I'm a little ahead of the curve. But do it now, don't wait.
sure. Absolutely. Thank you. Um, and by the way, it never stops with just this. That's why you're coming to this. You're coming here because I'm constantly researching and finding out all the newest trends and how this will evolve. I mean, a year ago, I couldn't have imagined we'd be talking about this. I just had no clue. It just wasn't existing. So it's really important that you stay on top of all this. Jonathan says GPT 5.3 is great. I guess he's a coder because that's where it's available right now. Skills are native to Claude. Thank you, Aton, for putting that out there. And how much is Claude? Paul asked. Claude is $20 a month for the regular membership. Um, they have two other levels, one for $100 a month, which gives you 5 times what the $20 a month memory usage is. In other words, it will run out at some points. I don't know if Nicole is here, but she does a lot of my work for me. And oh, you're here, good. And she said, Ed, I'm not, it told me that I can't work until 8 p.m. tonight. I'm like, okay, because she's paying $20 a month, or I'm paying $20 a month for it. There's also much greater context of 100 and 200. I'm using the super duper model because I'm constantly using it. I mean, I don't think you have to, but I think that it is something that works and works quite well. So that's what I have to say about this. We are going to do this meeting again on Friday at 12 o'clock. I just think this is a very important topic. I really do. I think that this is something, it might not be as popular with all the realtors, and I have a very hard time communicating why you should learn it. But we really are entering an age where you either do it or you're going to get run over. There's a whole load of people that are going to get into a whole lot of issues. If you've been following Wall Street at all, you've heard the word SaaS, software as a service. You might have heard that the software sector is crashing down right now. This is why. This is why. My CRM, I built it myself. I'm no longer using Follow Up Boss because I built the thing myself. My website, I could build it myself. I'm just, a little lazy right now, but I'm paying $200 a month for what? I don't need the damn thing. I could build it myself. It's not that tough. And knowing that there's going to be plenty of people out there that'll do it for you cheaper, better, faster. But I think it's really quite remarkable. It's also great if you want to build some type of legal analysis of what's going on. If you are in, let's say, California, do I have any Californians here now? I can't see. Um, but if you're in any state, in any place, if you go to Claude, I'll give you one other example of what you could do with Claude. Um, let's just say um, my client is buying 1234 Happy Street in Baltimore. How do you spell Baltimore? Somebody spell for me? Anyone?
Isn't it I? Amori.
Baltimore. Got it.
B-A-L.
Got it. Got
Okay.
it. Got it. In Baltimore for um, $576,000. Um, they are not getting a mortgage. It is closing in a month, which will be, let's say, March 11th. They are longtime Maryland residents. The seller is paying a 5% commission to both brokers, of which there are two, Compass Real Estate and Douglas Elliman Real Estate. Compass is the listing agent. Douglas Elliman is the buyer's broker. Can you put together an estimate of what the HUD-1 statement will say? I know that you might not have all the information, but get me a ballpark, please. Okay, and now let's take a look at what this guy's doing. I'll put together a ballpark HUD-1 statement. It knows what the promulgated, okay, I need to clarify. Is it Baltimore City or Baltimore County? Great, very good question. But I'll assume Baltimore City since you said Baltimore. Okay, and I could actually correct it. Now I have everything I need. So it went out and got all the numbers for this, and it's figuring that out. That's great. How about this? While it's working on that, um, I want to invest in a 4 unit garden apartment building. The purchase price is $1.5 million. Each unit generates about an average of $2,100 a month rent. It's got a vacancy rate of about 7%. Account for normal expenses and cap rate or capex. And if you can make an Excel file with graphs and charts explaining what this means as an investment. I know I haven't given you that much information. Just fill in what you know about investments. This is in the state of Florida, let's say in Orlando. The broker is a woman named Marlene DeCepitis. And if you could put that together on a spreadsheet, again, we will iterate from that. I want it in an Excel file, please. Okay, so now it's going over here. Let's take a look. This guy's still baking here. And this thing is going to build an investment on a spreadsheet. Once again, we need to let both of those bake. But just, you know, have you ever worked that fast? I mean, maybe Dirk has. I think Dirk gives me the impression of being a guy with superpowers. But you could do if I'm hoping that this wakes everybody up a bit, and you could start to see how it applies to you. Paul was an easy one. Chefs, I mean, I honestly believe Paul could do a killer job with this. Um, but it's got, as far as legal knowledge, it has advanced legal knowledge in all 50 states and most of the world, or at least the populated world. 8 tons in Portugal, so I don't know what their closing procedures are there, but it will have that type of information. Let's see how it's baking up here. Might not be ready yet. Yeah, it's going to take a few minutes. Up. Let's see what this guy had. Okay, so the estimated HUD-1 settlement statement, and it actually came in. Here, it actually made it in an Excel file for us. Where is he? Okay, here we go. So let's take a look here. I can't really enlarge it too much. This was the purchase price. Let's go to the top, page 2. Everyone knows that that's pretty important. Oh, where is it? Uh-oh. Title charges. Where's the commission? Because I know everyone wants a commission. Okay. Buyer side. Okay. I mean, I don't have time to actually go through all of this, but you just saw by throwing stuff down very, very quickly. Oh, here we go. Compass Real Estate Broker 2.5, Douglas Elliman 2.5. So those are our commissions. That's the selling price. And it should give estimated cash due from the buyer 580 $82,000, estimated to the seller $532,000. So all this stuff, again, you need to check it out. Not an excuse not to do work. I will say that in every single meeting because it's just so important and it's being recorded here. I want it known. I want you to actually make sure these numbers are correct. But it's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This is still a building and investment analysis here, and it might be taking a little bit longer than we wanted. But that's Claude. So who's subscribing to it today? One.
I'm doing it by Friday the 13th.
Okay, good. Tiffany's giving a thumbs up. Lena's waving her hand high. I don't know. Wait, Lena, do you want to say anything, Lena? Oh, there you are. Okay, and Irina has it already. Um, I want to also just go through one other thing before we get to wants, needs, and brags. Lena, come back here. You disappeared. Okay, there she is. Okay, Lena is a driven, focused, remarkable person and remarkable realtor and entrepreneur. She has started her own software that, Elena, can you just give everyone a 90-second tour? You weren't expecting me to say it, and I don't want to just put you on the spot, even though you're muted here. Um,
Hi
but can you just
guys.
tell everyone what you've built?
Perfect. So basically Paige is kind of like an Uber for an assistant on an as needed basis. So if you want someone to cover a showing for you, write a contract, anything assistant related, you pay per task. So you're not splitting your commission if it sells, anything like that. And let's say you want someone to cover a showing for you, you're able to, thanks Tiffany, you're able to track their location in relation to the showing, get live feedback, see all feedback, and you're able to get an agent that you think is best suited based on a rating system. So you can, or you can be do the same thing to your team. So it's a way to just fulfill tasks on an as needed basis by leveraging other agents.
Okay. And Lisa Murray in Scottsdale, Arizona is asking where it's available. It's just launching now.
Just
Obviously,
launching.
just launched. So, Tiffany, who's in this meeting, is going to be one of the agents available for hire in our area. And it's great because in Boca Raton, a lot of people go to New York over the summer, or you might want to take a vacation. Now you have someone who has just like you have the stars on Amazon for how much somebody likes the product, or the number rating on Uber, right? Right, Lana?
Yeah.
So you see the person has a 4.9 and they've done 50 deals for people. You could probably guess that they're going to represent you pretty well. They're signing off saying they're not going to steal your customer. You pay them $100 to go show the property or whatever negotiated amount you have. I think it's absolutely brilliant because
What's the
the
name of
alternative.
it?
What?
Paige. So personal agent Paige, but it's spelled like the name. And if anyone's interested, I'll leave my number in the chat. We're getting on users now. So I would love for you guys to kind of reach out to me if you want to be involved.
Yeah. We definitely want to be involved. Paul, this might be something of people in New York that might need someone to do the showing. Good to see you, Paul. Thanks. Um, I love a great idea. If you guys are building something, I love the entrepreneur. I think we built the world. I really do. We took the risk. She could fail. I hope not, but she could fail. I could fail. Anyone could. But the great things that are brought to the world are the people who are bold enough to put themselves out there, and I'm going to support that every time. So that's why we're there and doing that. Okay, running a little bit. Eitan's asking about the URL. Is there a URL for this yet?
Yes.
Okay, so getpage.co. So you guys could take a look at that.
And if anyone wants, I can set up a meeting and kind of run through it with you to show you how to use it and get signed on. I'm really friendly, so just reach out.
The nicest ever.
Yeah.
Everyone here is nice. If anyone's not nice, let me know. I'll throw them out. Okay, good. Now it's time for wants, needs, and brags. Wants, needs, and brags. Now's the time to talk about what you want, what you need, and what you'd like to brag about. I'm going to brag. I think we did pretty well today. This was a pretty good meeting. I think you guys seemed pretty pleased, and I'm psyched because if you really listen to this and actually take some time to onboard this, it's really going to be quite remarkable. I just think it's going to have a profound effect on your business. And that's one of my personal career objectives is to have people succeed. That's really my big thing. Who else has a want, a need, or a brag? Okay, Marlene. Okay, Marlene, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I just want to share a listing that I have in Gotha, Florida, which is Orlando, Windermere area.
Okay.
It's a beautiful 2024 build, a little under 6,000 square feet
Hmm.
on just under an acre. It's owned by a former NFL player, so he has like decked out his garage, two bays of the garage into like a phenomenal gym with putting green, and it's just amazing at 3.75. So if anyone has any
3.75.
needs for Orlando, let me know.
Love it. Very good. Anyone else? It's a free plug, guys. Come on. Okay, well, just two other things for you to note. We've got the next another encore presentation of this on Friday at 12 p.m., giving the Californians a break. So if you want to come back and learn this again, it's also going to be on video. The following Wednesday, we've got AI contract review and transaction automation. So this was the first thing because built into that is going to be AI skills and Claude skills. So I think that's important. That's going to be next Wednesday. The following Wednesday, we're going to do something called vibe working. Some of you might have heard vibe coding. We have vibe working for real estate, how to delegate your entire workflow to AI using plain English. Again, there's a theme going on here with this month's topics. We're really getting nerdy on you, but I think it's important, and I think that it's going to be something that all of you could use. If any of you have questions, do give me a buzz. I sincerely hope that we can get together and chat. And unless there's something else, the meeting is officially over now. But if anyone has further questions, I'll stick around for a minute or so, a couple minutes. Bye, Marlene.
Thank you so much. Great
Thank you,
meeting.
Lena. Thank you, Lena. Hey. Okay, they're gone. I'm kidding. Lisa, anything? Mark? Renat? Tiffany? Okay.
I have a question.
Great meeting.
Thank you. Renat, go ahead.
You said you build a CRM for yourself. What did you use to do it? If I just want texting to leads and sending emails or something like that.
Say that again?
Like currently I use follow-up bot and go high level. Is there something that I can build that I don't have to pay for those services?
Yeah, well, you always wind up paying for something. I think I pay very little for something called Supabase. This is getting a little bit more complex, but you could figure it out. It's not that tough.
Yeah.
Supabase is the back end of my CRM, and it
Okay.
allows us to, I might pay $20, $30 a month for it, but I can have my team utilize the CRM and it works pretty well, so I'm pretty pleased with the whole thing. It's is it as great as Follow Up Boss yet? No, I need to work on it. It's a work in progress, but it fulfills our needs at this point. I wasn't using all the stuff and paying what I was paying for Follow Up Boss was just silly. I also created, does anybody have does anyone have a digital business card where you could just email or text someone's card? So I created an app
Yeah.
for that. So if you want me to give you one, just send me an email and I'll create one personalized for you. I need your full name, your email address, your telephone number, and anything else, social media, anything you want on that. And I will make for you your very own digital business card, which people could scan using a QR code, or you could text them your information. They can immediately push a button and get your information um, into their iPhone. Lisa.
I have not used Claude at all yet.
Hmm.
Is it part of another platform like Google or something, or do
It,
it?
it Claude is an independent product owned by a company called Anthropic.
Okay.
And in
Do
my
they have a free
opinion,
version to
there's a
try?
free version. There's always a free version. You won't be able to do the skills that I had shown yet.
But
But
just
good,
to get my feet wet with
sure.
it.
And how about this? You could subscribe on a month-to-month basis, paying 20 bucks. Wake up, Mark.
Yeah.
Um, you could pay 20 bucks a month, and if after a month you don't like it, you could just drop out of it.
Yeah. We used to relate the things to, the price of a cup of coffee. That's 20 bucks a month, the price of a glass of wine if you go out anymore.
Well, it's not that much. Or a coffee is a latte can be a large one is
Yeah.
like 10.
I mean, I'm just real. I do have the paid version of ChatGPT and I use it a lot,
Yeah.
but I
You,
have not done Claude.
you just need to reassociate yourself. I got to ask you this. If you were making workbooks or advertisements or mailers, we didn't even go into mailers today. How much are you paying the graphic designer to do it? Now, my heart goes out to a lot of those people because they're about to get screwed. They're about to
Mm-hmm.
lose their job. Many of them have. A woman worked with me. She was my writer when I first came to Florida. Um, she was doing all the writing. And Jennifer, I can't imagine that she has a real job anymore. It's just, I could just make a bio on any of you or resume very, very quickly. It's really not a tough thing to do anymore. So my heart kind of goes out to a lot of people. But I think it's all the more reason why you could either bitch and complain about what's going on in the world, or you could fortify yourself. And you could learn how you're going to be the agent that makes it through, or learn how to be the graphic designer that works with this. I don't care what anybody's saying here. There's going to be a lot of jobs that are going to be on the line here. Wall Street's already responding to it with the software companies going. I mean, if just think about it, all the people that are employed by software companies. If a guy like me is now saying I don't need follow-up boss anymore, um, or maybe I don't need as much of something, Jonathan Hyland, Jonathan, you want to comment on that 7 months ago from Goldman? You got to unmute yourself if you want to. Jonathan, maybe?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
You want to tell everyone who you are and where you are?
Sure. Portugal, Jonathan. I run a DAO services company. But Goldman hired Claude engineers to automate their accounting finance departments starting 7 months ago. And I'm sure you saw the recent comments from, anyways, yeah. So, yeah, Wall Street is adopting this quickly, and whatever the banking industry does, the rest of the market sectors seem to follow.
Yeah, it's a real thing. There's going to be a real separation between the have and have-nots in the world. Um, I think AI is really leading the charge. All of us will be living a very, very different career, whether we like it or not, in the next couple of years. In the next year, I mean, it's just things have just changed so rapidly. I sincerely hope that all of you embrace this and take it a step further. Okay, anyone else have any questions? I do need to get prepared for a client session here. Okay, guys, great to see everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I hope if you want, come on Friday. If you have comments, please make them to me. And I hope to see you next time for another exciting episode of Edmund's Mastermind. Take care.
Thank you, Edmund.
Good to see you. Thanks.